You know where I live. You can come get it.
All right, whenever you guys are ready, you guys can. It's just what I want you to do.
I already have it in my head.
Got it? Do it. 3, 2.
Welcome, everybody, to a remote episode of Can We Talk 420. We are here in Denison, Ohio, and I am with Tonya Sanders, who is a late-stage lupus patient who was sent home to die 3 years ago and put herself in remission. And she also has a page called My Pain, My Battle, My Story. So you can follow her there. But right now, I would like to talk to her about what her life was like before lupus. Hi, Tonya.
Hey, babe.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful. I love you.
I love you too. So tell me what your life was like before all of this. You're only 38 years old.
Yeah, I am
38.
So, okay, so before my diagnosis, I was a nurse, an RN, working home health, still very active, played volleyball, still ran, still jogged, every day, not every day, but I was still really active. We had boats, four-wheelers, I did all that. We paintballed like it was like going out of style.
Wow, paintball.
Yeah.
Very active life.
Yeah, very, very active. Hunt, did everything. Had 2 daughters. Brooklyn, I think, at the time of my diagnosis was 2.
Wow.
So Brooklyn's really only known me sick. My daughters right now are only 17 and 13. So they're still young.
Still young, yeah. Very young.
Yeah. So, like I said, I was really active.
And as a registered nurse, you have seen a lot of patients like you? Or
Yeah, a lot.
Did you work with a lot of lupus patients ever?
Not lupus per se, but
Okay.
autoimmune.
Okay.
And just sick people. Just sick.
Which were everywhere.
Everywhere.
We are everywhere.
Everywhere. Just everything.
Yeah.
Everything
So-
you can think of.
What's a perfect day? What is a perfect day to Tonya? If Tonya could get up today, this morning, and have a perfect day,
Yeah.
what's
What would it look
Tonya's
like?
perfect day?
Get up, be pain-free. Just roll out of bed early. Really early. I like to get up early. And, I don't know.
Hey,
Sorry.
guys! Okay.
With the girls, wait for them, and then, maybe go somewhere as a family and eat lunch,
So what stops you more from that perfect day? Is it pain level? Is it tired, fatigue? So it's all of that.
everything.
And
Right
that
now.
just hinders
Destroys me.
anything.
Yeah,
It sounds like a
destroys-
really
So-
good day.
Yeah.
What is a normal day for Tonya Sanders? How does Tanya's day start? How does Tanya's day go through? And how does Tanya's day end?
Okay, so, oh my gosh, I don't even roll out of bed before I'm, hitting my vape. That's how I can get out of bed. My dog's going crazy, guys.
Peter, you're gonna have to cut this because you're making me jump all over the place, and I already.
It doesn't have to
No.
get cut. Keep going. It's going to be edited.
I understand
So you
that.
keep going.
Okay.
Do what you want to
Can
do.
you get rid of the dogs? Just
Here, I'll put
do
her
something
outside.
with them,
I'll put
Come
her
here,
outside.
Gracie. Come on. Come on, Lily. Come on.
or even put the dogs upstairs.
That's what I'll do. Come on.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tom. Come on. Up the stairs, guys. Come on. Come on. Come with me. Come on.
She says, "I just want to play. I just want to play. Why don't they want to play with me?" Because they're scared.
You don't have to go all the way
Go
back,
ahead.
do you?
No.
Just start wherever you
Yeah,
want to
no,
start.
yeah, we can, I would like to now just delve into what happened, how did you first get sick? What were your first experiences with getting sick? What were your tells, that told you, whoa, something's wrong,
Yeah.
Because I think that's important, Are you with us? Are you?
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, okay.
You just need to do whatever you want to do.
Anyway, So, I would like to discuss now how you realized that there was an issue, that you were getting sick. What was your first tell, and when?
Well, really, like all growing up, I had different things pop up. You know, even though I was an all-Ohio athlete, I played volleyball, had a full ride to go play volleyball at college.
Wow.
You know, I was really active even then, but different things, different health things would pop up and no one would put everything together.
Okay.
Like I had problems with my thyroid, and then I had problems with my skin, like these rash things all over I would get them all over my butt and my back. And then, I had problems with my heart, and then I had problems in high school with my liver. I was jaundiced and in the hospital for like a week.
Wow.
Different things, and then 11 years ago, I woke up one day with jaw pain.
Okay.
That was
What
it.
kind of jaw pain was that?
Like horrible jawbone.
Jawbone
yeah,
pain?
just jawbone pain on
Wow.
the left side. Yep.
Odd.
Yeah.
And then you, from there, went and got tested, or?
Well, I let it go for a little while. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? I just thought maybe it was a tooth. I didn't know. I didn't know. So I started just getting sicker, you know what I mean? Just everything started hurting, different bones. It was just, I would fatigue really easy, and then all of a sudden it was just like, bam, I was sick, like really bad. So then I went to the doctor and they tested me and said, yeah, you have lupus and fibro and, just diagnosis after diagnosis after diagnosis.
So when you were told you have lupus,
Yeah.
how does your life change at that point? Like what are all the implementations as far as medications
Oh my gosh.
and diet changes and all that has to be pretty drastic.
They didn't really say anything about diet changes.
Okay.
To be honest. It was just, here, take this medicine, and this medicine, and this medicine.
So there was no actual teaching of this is what your body's going to go through, this is how, none of that.
No.
Just here, take this.
Just that I was gonna, to do and go research lupus and look it up, and, I did. And I knew a little bit about lupus, but, it's not that.
Right, but being an RN,
Yeah.
you would think that she would know a whole lot about lupus and a
Yeah.
lot of other diseases.
Yeah, there's so
But
many.
There are so many. But in the cannabis industry, what we have found, learning about the ECS, is that all of these diseases are symptoms of the same problem.
Yep.
And that is a breakdown in the endocannabinoid
Yep.
system. And so when did you find out that cannabis was going to be your salvation?
3 years ago.
And how did that come about?
Okay, so 3 years ago, I was up to like 40 medications a day, fentanyl patch, Dilaudid, every 3 hours. I was on everything that I could, I had got turned down for the new lupus drug that had came out because I was too far advanced, so I couldn't try that. I did 3 different kinds of chemo, I had comas and strokes and, you just name it. And there was nothing else that they could do. So the doctor said, Tonya, there's nothing else we can do. We're going to go ahead and start the weaning off of some of these other medications, and we're going to go ahead and, send you a hospice referral. There was nothing else. And this was at 35 years old, guys. 35 years old. I was sent home. So when I got out to the car, barely got out to the car, even though I was on all that shit, I mean, it was...
You were just told the worst thing you could possibly
Yeah.
be told. I can only imagine
Yeah.
what that felt like.
Like, I was, pissed. I was pissed.
That I can understand.
And I was hurt because the profession that I loved, the profession that I had given my heart and soul to for all those years and I believed in, they gave up on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just...
Wow.
My brain was so messed up at the time still because I was on all that stuff. I don't know. It was a mess. So I went out to the car from that appointment and I was so pissed. I took that whole stack of prescriptions, a whole pile of prescriptions, and I ripped them. I ripped
Wow.
them down the middle.
Wow.
And I said,
What
I
a
was
defining
done.
moment for you.
Yeah, I said I was done. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was going to do.
Right, but you knew that was not an option anymore.
Yeah, and then I had an oh shit moment like, oh my gosh, Tonya, you're on high doses of fentanyl, you're on Dilaudid, but oh well, there's nothing I can do, and I'm not going back in there begging those people. So I went on the drive home. I'm bawling my eyes out. I got to go home and tell my family, my kids, my husband, my friends.
How do I do that?
That they want me to go to hospice, that there's nothing else left, and I just ripped up all these prescriptions.
So
I get home, DJ gets home from work, I tell him, and then by that time I'm already starting to withdraw. Because I had been, you know, when you're in
Wow.
pain management and things
Yeah.
like that, your medications are right on time. Like they're supposed to be,
regimented.
and you run out whenever you get ready to go back to the doctor.
Right.
That's how I was. I took everything to the T. I never abused not one single thing in my life, pill-wise. I did exactly what I am injections into my thighs. I mean, it was horrible. I did everything that they said. And then, you know, so I withdrew. I started withdrawing like exactly what you see on TV, heroin withdrawals.
And then, oh, that's what it's like.
That
you know?
was me.
Yeah.
And I lost my shit. You know, I was suicidal. I was out in the middle of the highway just wanting to end it, just in my van. DJ didn't know where I was because he was sleeping, trying to go to work the next day. You know, the kids were in bed. It was a hot mess. Seizure in, and couldn't wear clothes, and I was picking at my skin, and I was flopping all around
Wow.
it was so bad. I was out of my mind.
So how did cannabis come into play?
4 days later,
Wow.
I was looking at DJ. I was sitting on the bathtub, just tears rolling down my face, and I said, I got to do something, or I'm going to end it. We got to do something, or I'm going to end it. So I said, call my friend. And he knew what that meant. I had been researching cannabis for like 2 years prior.
Okay.
But here in Ohio, I was so deathly afraid that I was going to go to jail and I was going to lose my kids.
Right.
Like I wasn't going to risk that.
That's so just inhumane to even have to go through that thought process of, I can take this plant and survive or feel better or lose my children or possibly my freedom or
Yeah.
both.
So I waited.
Like how do we put ourselves there? How does that happen?
So scared. I was so scared.
But you did it.
Yeah. So he came, went out to my garage. I had never done it in high school. I never tried it in college. I was so scared.
Wow.
Why are you down?
And took like 4
Who told
puffs,
you could come down?
and that changed my life, and here I am.
Willie.
Wow. So when you first did it, did you know what you were doing and how to do it? I mean,
I was a cigarette.
you pretty much.
Cigarettes.
So you got it. But when did you realize it was working or helping you?
It's like maybe 40 seconds after I took my first puff.
Had you
Really?
ever
And
smoked
what was
pot
the
before?
difference?
No, I had
No,
never
and she
smoked.
had never
Never
smoked.
smoked pot.
Never.
No.
Ever in my life. Yeah, so
Why?
it was like, why? I was scared.
She was a jock.
And
She was a total and complete jock.
And I was so scared that my mom would find out, and I was so scared my dad would find out, and they would like disown me. And that the police would actually take me to jail if I even tried it. Like I was so
She was
deathly
just
afraid.
had that fear from the stigma
Yeah.
that most of us have because of everything that we were taught, all of the lies that we were taught about cannabis. I mean, that's a prime example.
Yeah.
And look, you know, what if, and you can't help but ask yourself this, what if you were an avid cannabis user in your younger years? Would you have gotten this sick? Would you have been protected? Nobody knows. Exactly. But it's a question you would have to ask yourself. And you know, the anecdotal evidence that we all have now, and years of it for you know us avid cannabis users that have been using for a long time, we do know, you know, that it is a neuroprotectant, and it's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
Just
okay.
ding, ding, dinging.
That's
Just a ding, ding, dinging. But I
You
am.
took 40 prescription pills at one point in time.
Yeah.
40 different prescribed pills.
Yeah.
Come over here
What
so people
were
can
they?
hear you.
What were they?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you can just sit right there so that your voice can get
Everything
picked
that
up.
you can think of. I mean, from opiates to benzos to antibiotics to vitamins to antipsychotics, from anti-anxiety to anti-depression, you name it. Everything that you can think of, I've taken.
Now, after your research on these drugs,
Yeah.
are they anti any of those things?
Oh my God, they're the causation for the rest of your problems and the rest of your diseases and things that come along, you know. I had perfect teeth. I always use this as an example. Perfect teeth before all this happened. And, you know, I took the chemo, the high doses of steroids. They started chipping away at the gums, and they were a hot mess. I mean, just from all the oral medications and all that stuff. So I had to end up getting those taken out. You know what I mean? Completely, all my teeth taken out. So now I have dentures.
The one thing that you had pride in.
Yeah.
You had to
Right,
lose.
and that had to be a very hard thing. I know for me, and I have a full set of dentures as well, but I'm 50. You're not close to that yet. So I know it was very difficult for me to go through that transition, and I can only imagine at your age.
I think I was like
what
late
that did.
20s.
God.
Early, like, yeah, because it got so bad. They just, infection after my
Yes.
jawbone, I've already had to have like, it has a whole big piece missing. You know, they just keep straight, that's where my lupus goes. You know, I keep getting infection there, so.
So, and now you have a Mediport,
Yeah.
a PICC line,
Yeah. Well,
And-
my port just came out, but I'm getting a new one this
Right.
week, yeah.
came out because it was infected, and also a feeding tube.
Yeah,
So that's what life looks like now.
yeah.
But
That's
you
my
are
day.
here.
Yeah, I am here.
What's it like to have to carry 1/3 of your body weight around on your back just to have some food in your system and have what they consider is the things that's keeping you alive?
It's hard. You know, you're restricted. You know, I have to do everything thinking about this backpack. It's heavy as hell. It hurts your, you know, it kills my back. You know, it kills your ribs. You know, I'm pissing with it all the time. It's beeping. You know, it's if we're in a store, it's beeping sometimes, and I got
Is
to
it
take
right
it
on
off.
the side of you there?
Yeah. Yep, it's always, you know, I'm always hooked to it 24/7. Sometimes I have two things running at the same time, you know. It's just, I mean, I'm okay with it. It's just, you know, you don't think about it until, you know, you're in the situation. It's sucky, but I mean, if I have to do it, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, this is another one of many reasons why we walk. The walk for change is so important. We have so many sick people like you. We're all sick in one way or another. We are infected by all of these bad choices that have been made within at least the last 2 decades.
Listen, we've been blessed to be able to spend like some time with you now.
For sure.
And just to see what your life is like. Because it's like, literally about to me is, because I live it like you do. You know, I live a very sick life. And I know Helen has that burden on her side. So my question to you is, how have you and DJ found a way to be able to make it through this and find commonality and still stay together and be as strong a couple as you are? I mean, it's had to be tough.
It's got to be.
Oh my God,
It's
so
got to
tough.
wear on you.
So tough. Like sometimes I feel crazy, and my diseases make my brain crazy. So he's had to put up with a lot. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just, I don't know if it's, you know, the Lyme, the lupus. You know, sometimes you feel like you're just gonna lose your shit. You know, when you're so sick and nothing's working, and you've tried everything, and you know, you just have to keep pushing. He knows that I'm in there still. The real Tonya, you know.
We see it, because I can tell you, we as sick people battle our illness. A lot of people don't understand it, as we battle our illness with busy, you know, because we can't do.
Yeah.
And we want to do and be productive and do things. We want to be that member of society, but we can't. So we do. We're constantly up walking, picking up things, moving things, whatever it is, just to keep ourselves active. And I applaud you for it, because you don't ask anybody for anything.
You
You
don't.
don't allow anybody to help you.
You're very independent,
Very
and most people
independent
couldn't
for
even
someone-
go through even a portion of what you do on a daily basis. You are a true rock star, and you really are. I say it to everybody that'll listen, because following you is so inspirational and so important. I can't stress it enough, you know, and I love what you're doing, but I think most of all I love why you're doing it. You
My
know?
battle, my pain, my story.
My battle, my pain, my story.
And Tonya, in doing that every day, at least once a day, and sometimes numerous, you find the time to go on out there and talk to
talk and
people.
show
And to
people
show
what it is that
people
you
what
have to
you go
tend with
through.
on a daily basis.
And what have you, what do you get? Do you get something from that?
Oh
Does
my
that-
God, they've
okay.
saved my life every day.
Yeah.
Just they're like my therapist. I go down there and I have like diarrhea of the mouth, and I tell them about, we talk about my day,
Mhm.
and you know I don't.
They give you the feedback.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't get to leave like I normally do, so I'm stuck in the house a lot. So that part kills me. Kills me. So when I go down there at night and I get to talk to them, it's like, you know, like they're visiting me.
Right, and look at how many of them that are patients themselves in one way or another that you're helping to get through what they're going through. Because
so.
what you're, of course, because what you're going through is severe. Most people have no idea, even in their
Right.
illness and what they're tending with is nowhere to the gravity of yours.
But people don't understand how close they are to
Right,
her.
but
They
look at what
continue down the same
she's
path.
showing
Yeah.
the strength of the human being. You're showing people that they have this within
We
them
are a
as
survival
well.
tool.
Oh, yeah.
And that to me is huge. And that's why I say to you, I love what you're doing.
You.
And
Hey,
it's
listen,
just so
we,
much.
Tanya, you consume cannabis in many ways. I've
Yeah.
seen you eat edibles.
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
you smoke.
Yeah,
flower.
what you consume would knock somebody else right on
I
their butt,
see
for
you-
sure.
I see you consume with flour. I can see you consume with edibles. I see you consume using topical applications, and I also see you vaping and such.
She
Now,
knows
answer
this-
this simple question: in every form
Yeah.
that you've ingested cannabis, every single time you've ingested cannabis, how and what are you doing to hurt anyone else?
I don't hurt anybody. I would never.
Have you ever had any negative effects?
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
beginning, I got dizziness.
Okay, well, you were stoned.
Yeah.
But I'm just asking, your ingestion,
Yep.
your use of this plant,
Yep.
in any way, shape, or form,
I'm not hurting a damn.
does it hurt
anybody.
any other
I'm
person?
not hurting anybody. Not a damn soul but myself. I'm helping other people.
No, and you're
I
helping,
can
you're
help.
not even hurting yourself, you're helping yourself. I
Yeah,
mean, if it
there's
wasn't
no
for the
hurting.
plant, she wouldn't be here as
Yeah.
far as Western medicine is
The
concerned.
reason why I like to ask her that question is because this plant can't,
No.
and it doesn't. And even if it's in your neighbor's home, you'd never even know.
Yeah, just
mind
mind
your
your
own damn
business.
business.
Look at the research that she has acquired already just within herself. You know, look, I mean, it speaks volumes. The anecdotal evidence that she has acquired, that you have acquired in the last 11 years, mind you. This is 11 years she's been diagnosed. Sent home to die 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Guess what? She's gonna look at 11 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This last year's been
Now,
rough, but
I want to touch on what you did right before you got ill. What are we thinking might have linked this?
okay. So I have a couple things.
Okay.
All right. So that's whenever they started mandating the flu shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was mandated the flu shot, and I got
Because
the
you're a
flu
nurse.
shot.
In
Yep.
2009.
Yep. So I got the flu shot, and then I was also in an accident.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if all that combined, you know, here I am.
Well, I'm gonna bet on the flu shot. I'm gonna bet on that.
Never
But
did.
we don't know. What we do know now is that all our medications and all our vaccines are being made in China. We do know that China has made a statement that they will not use that as a weapon against us yet. You can, you know,
Helen and
take
Tanya
that
are
as
both
you will.
tremendous avid cannabis users. They
Yes,
both
we are.
ingest a lot of
Yes, we
oil,
do.
straight oil. So they're going to ingest more THC levels and CBD levels than most.
Correct.
Now my question to you is, are either one of you lazy?
No.
Are either one of you stupid?
No.
Are either one of you sunk to that and want to just eat a bag of Doritos and want to do nothing?
No. She
Where
might
is
want to
the-
eat a bag of Doritos.
Where is the stigma then behind this plan?
The stigma should be dead along with Harry Anslinger, who started this crap. So, huh?
Harry's dead, but
Right, Harry's dead, but this isn't, but it should be.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we're trying to do. I mean, that's the point of our TV show. It's the point of all the activism that we do. It's the point of the activism that she's doing is to kill the stigma and let people understand it and know how imperative it is that we have this plant free. She should not have to leave her legal medical state to go treat correctly in another state, which even then is a fight.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be this way. This woman is sick enough where she should have a plant in her backyard that she can just go out and pick from.
Yep, or in the basement.
Juice, in the basement, wherever. And she should be completely free of any fear of doing so.
I'm not hurting anybody. I would never hurt anybody with a
Every human
plant.
being has that right.
Just don't come and rob her. She might rip it out of the ground and whip you with it.
Yeah. Try to take my medicine. Try to take my medicine.
That's about it, though, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So, with all of that being said, I'm hoping that a lot of people are going to start gaining some momentum with us with this walk because it's so important. The Walk for Change is something that Peter had thought about quite a while ago. I wasn't on board in the beginning because I thought he was crazy, but most people do think he's crazy. But he has a great valid point, and solidarity is the only way that we're going to get these changes. And since we have based our show and our motto is living the changes we wish to see in the world, we also expect everybody to do that as well. We want everybody to live the changes they complain about on a daily basis, and we want to all come together and make those changes for our communities and the world that we live in.
We can't wait.
I
We can't wait. We can't wait, any longer. You can't wait till something bad happens to you and then want to
No.
change it. We got to make changes now.
That's right. That's right. Or there is no future.
No.
I know it doesn't
It's
look
bad.
it doesn't look good.
We can't make this our normal. We
No.
can't make children, see this. We can't make those same children, and God bless Tonya's kids. They understand everything she does and rhetoric and crap that they hear on the street from, DARE and all this other bullshit.
They know the truth
has
about
been
cannabis.
has been eliminated and erased from them, and the more we embrace this plant, and the more we allow it to be the cultural change. I mean, it's a cultural change,
is.
folks. Your body changes physiologically when we use this medicine.
Yes, it does.
We can't help it, and it's only for the good. So let's not wait till poor people like Tonya and my wife and me and others. It's just there's so many of us that are sick and that could just benefit. It is true genocide to watch this poor woman have to go through this. And
I
the one
think
thing that gives her relief.
Just to reiterate what my husband is saying is, don't wait until you are symptomatic,
Yes.
because believe me, we are all infected.
just said that
We're all
again.
infected. We're all infected by the air that we breathe, the water we drink, and the food that we eat, and
Yes.
everything that we allow to be implemented, from the neurotoxins to the antibiotics to the steroids to the geoengineering going on in the sky. We are all in danger. So you may not be symptomatic yet.
Yeah.
But you will be.
It's coming.
And it is coming. And the only way to combat or be to live a quality of life is to take care of the vessel that you possess. And that means to eat right.
Yeah.
Don't implement horrible things like smoking and pharma. Make good choices for yourself.
Ask yourself,
Yeah.
Do little
this
things.
personal question. Fill in the blank. Every human being in America, ask yourself and fill in the blank. I take blank pharmaceutical pills a day. I don't care why you take them. Don't try to justify them to me. Put a number. And very few of us can say 0.
Right. Very few.
And there's no reason for us to be on them.
But then after you do that, then look into what you could be doing holistically to remove each and every one of
Right.
them. Because there is a holistic way to do that for each and every one of them. There is a usage for some pharmaceuticals, always a temporary one though, never long term. So I think I'm going to end it with that. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you so much, Tonya, for everything that you do.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
Now you all go live the changes you wish to see in the world.
Bye, guys.
And walk for change.
Yes. And we'll